Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Poland map, where today we're going to have all the fun. So, I said that I would do, as many jobs as I could with the equipment that we own. Well, we don't own the piece of equipment that we're going to use today. We're going to borrow the customer's tractor and sower, and we're going to do a little bit of corn planting. And it's a tractor that I think a lot of people would like me to use because it's a deer. Everybody likes deer. So let's get up to the store, let's take a look at it, and let's try to get this done. All right, so here it is, a 6135M, and I don't know what the M's for. I don't know much about these medium-sized tractors from Deere. This thing looks like it has an auger on it. That's kind of neat. Take a look here. We do have corn on. Lower soda. In. Let's hit in. Okay, so do I fill it from there? Or what do I do? Okay. Now, we're not going to use any fertilizer, but we will use our Lindy here. And we'll put whatever seeds we got left up in here. And if we have to buy a little bit more, we have to buy a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know anything about this planter. I've never used it, so hopefully 219 seeds is gonna be enough for us. I do like this little forklift. If you haven't used this thing, it is on the mod hub, and so far feels pretty good. It feels forklift like. Oh, and it does fill through there. Okay, it works out pretty good. Always tilt your forks forward, that way nobody trips. So I'm going to head up to field 142 and we're going to get started. Okay, so this does look like us. Should be this field right here. I was hoping to have some more sowing jobs to do today, but it's not looking like we're going to win that battle. Everything is still cultivating, so we're going to do this and try to make us just as much money as we can with what time we have. Because we still need to worry about taking care of our animals, and we need to worry about fertilizer costs, because we need to probably put a layer of fertilizer down sooner than later. So, yeah, I'm going to do a couple strips here, get turned around, and do this the long way, I guess, and then we'll try to get the rest of the day figured out. Okay, so I did cheat there a little bit at the end, but God, I know one thing. We won't buy this planter. This is horrible. It's not wide enough. It's only 4 rows. Yeah, and it doesn't hold anything. So get back up here and I'll turn it in. So I did kind of quote-unquote cheat there a little bit. We used a worker and just set it to refill seed. That way I didn't have to go back here and waste any more of the seed that we've already paid for. So yeah, that's the thing that we just did. If you're upset with that, you know, things. Anyway, if you think I did a horrible job at that, you should probably press like, because I did horrible at that. Let's see here. We need to complete this one. Well, we're way richer than what we were. Now I want to do field 84, I guess. So get this thing hooked up. Or, well, I'll go get the Zetter, and then I'll meet you guys over at field 84. Okay, I know I said that we were going to be in field 84, but I went ahead and accepted the other 3 contracts. So we're going to do field, what was it, 3? No, 4, 11, 84, and 33. So we're getting to field 11? Yeah, it should be this one right here. So, yeah, we're going to do all these just real quick. I'm going to do this out of the cabin. So, all the time in the world. And let's go ahead and knock these out and see how fast we can get them done. Shouldn't take too awful long. Alright, so we got all them done. 4 contracts. That's $6,000. That's not too bad. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quit the game and then restart the map. And we're going to see if the contracts will repopulate with stuff that we can actually do that's not just cultivating. Okay, so thankfully that did work. We got 2 fertilization contracts, which means... Oh, please lift this. Oh, you chunky. You chunky and funky. Which means that we actually get to use the Belarus for something, which is nice. So, we just need to go get the tool field, because I've never used it. Yeah, we haven't used this yet. So, yay, we haven't used a lot of this stuff, actually. Which is fine. Which is A-okay. Okay, so we are using the Precision Farmer one, so we're going to see how much we're actually going to use here. Hopefully not too awful much. Doesn't look too bad. Can I do... Well, no, it's on automatic, so we're just going to leave it on automatic. As you can see, we're not getting any data from this. It's because we don't have any soil samples. So right now we're putting down 153 liters per hectare, and that's 39% in, and it's currently on auto, which is okay. So we should have enough to to finish up both of these fields. We had some left over in the jug as well. We actually had a lot left over, so that's a good thing for us, because that stuff is expensive. It's $2,800 per barrel, and we want to make sure that we are using it correctly, because this is, I mean, we just had $6,000 and now we don't. So we need this to pay for everything, and then that'll also pay for our fertilization as well. Hopefully that's the plan. I mean, it's going to pay out $1,900 and $1,300. It's really going to become a wash. So I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get a good amount here, and we still need to buy a new seeder or planter, whatever you want to call it. Drill. I guess we'll call it a drill. And we need to get that on the big blue tractor. No, not the little blue tractor. The little blue tractor is just for the odd jobs. I am kind of glad that we got this sprayer. It's just the right size, I think. I think one day we'll get a trailed one or something, but for right now, this one is the perfect size for us. That's one of the good things about playing on this map, is we don't need huge equipment. So whenever I'm looking at getting, a new drill, it's really just, I want to go faster. That way we can get more done. That's the big reason for getting one. Okay, like this one wants us to sow corn. That's a pretty good paycheck. That's in field 67. So getting something that we can use at the same time as, the contracts are wanting us to use, that's going to be very, very handy for us. Let's just say that. Okay, we got the first one done. Let's go ahead and get the second one knocked out really quick. So in the office today, we were actually listening to a podcast. I guess you could call it a podcast, like a farmer's journal kind of thing. And they were talking about soil drainage and stuff, which was kind of interesting. It's not something that I really get to learn too awful much about. And one of the things that come up, if my phone would shut up, because it never does, one of the things that was talked about was proper soil drainage. And that one kind of struck a chord with everybody at my work. Again, we do things to where we try to limit the amount of artificial fertilizers as much as we can. And, they do have their place. But one of the things that they were talking about was having proper drainage to help with the side effects of artificial fertilizer, and that it was a good thing for you to have overly dry soils. And that just kind of, that one was not good. That was not there were a lot of poking and prodding at that one. Everybody at my work knows that artificial fertilizers do have a place. Whether it be right whenever you plant, you can inject a little bit into the furrow there as you open it up and repan it. Yeah, that's handy. But if you're applying so much that your pH level is out of balance, and now you're going to drain stuff, and then that means you're going to have to do another step later, you're kind of running around in a circle at this point. The tail is running the dog, I guess, so to speak. So that was very odd. If there's something, if somebody that I know is watching does know more about that than me, please let me know, and I'll gladly watch whatever, information you can bring forth, or read a study or whatever. But that just seems very weird to me. I don't know. We see things all the time that are questionable in our business, whether it's some homebrew deal or, something else. So it's weird. We understand, everybody has their own thing. Everybody's going to do what they do. I mean, that's what people do. They farm in their own way. So, you know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm picking on anybody or any certain type of farming. I'm just interested in the reasoning why, because I've yet to read a study which, you know, says otherwise. And again, I'm always interested in learning. Learning is something that I at least try to do every single day. And I know that seems very either that seems like an unattainable goal to learn every day, or it's a cliche, whichever fits your narrative. But we really do try to learn something about something every day. And, you know, I try to, if in an area that I can, always try to give out information. That way you guys can learn something every day, whether it be, you know, simple fun stuff like the John Deere I was driving earlier. If you go back and look at the interior view, it has the RPM gauges on the dash, like right behind the steering wheel. And I don't think I've ever driven a Deere that's like that. They're always up on the A-pillar, right on the cab. So, you know, if you didn't notice that, there you go. It's very, 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 very different. Are we about done with this one? You're wasting all my tank of fertilizer here. So, but yeah, I thought that was, you know, fairly interesting. So, you know, it'd be what it be. Okay, we got both of those jobs done. Hopefully I end up with a little bit more money than what I had. I would like to do this if we can get a machine for it. We'll have to see what we have. Now, let's see here. What does this show? Yield, nitrogen, nothing. pH, nothing. Yeah, it shows nothing. Does this show anything? Yeah, it doesn't show because we don't have any information. All right, let's take a look here, because either we buy that thing or we do our own thing. One of the two. Okay, that's 61 grand. Definitely don't have that. I don't think we're gonna be doing too much of that. Let me park this and make a decision here real quick. Alrighty, so what I've decided to do for the last thing for the day is I put the New Holland on a worker in field, whatcha-digit, 148, planting soybeans. We're gonna take this thing and we're gonna work on the other field, whatever it was called there. Can I open this? That opens. Field 67, and we're gonna be planting some corn. So that should be our last job for the day. And I don't think it's gonna be as bad, seeing how we do have a Valtra, which is a much larger tractor. And it holds a lot more seed. So we should be good here, which is going to be a big help. So, all right, let me head over to field 67. Okay, this thing is like twice as wide, which is nice, than the other one. So we should be able to just knock this out really, really quickly. Hopefully it doesn't tear me up too awful bad on seeds. Whew. Yeah, that's the only thing, you know, with this is, you know, we do these jobs and they're paying pretty decent, but at the same time it's like, oh man, we're really not making a whole lot of money. I would like to be over 10 grand today, but it's definitely not going to happen. But we're starting to get a little bit better than what we were. Definitely we're heading in the right direction. Let's just put it that way. We are heading in the right direction. You know, this is not a bad tractor. I don't know much about Valtras. Like, I've only ever seen one, and it was by chance. You know, just driving down the road. But they seem like pretty decent tractors for their size. I don't know, like, where they're made. I don't know what the engine types I have. I would assume like a Sisu, maybe. I don't know. Like, They're kind of neat. Does this one have the little wheel? Yeah, you can turn around and drive this one backwards. So it's like a really good, like if you want to do grass work, be a really good one for, you know, that. I wish I knew more about it. Huh, maybe one of these days. This is, man, we're using a ton of seeds. We're already down 30% and we haven't even made one full round. So, it's gonna be kind of rough. Now, I'm not saying I was texting and planting, but there might be some evidence of it. It's literally going to be one of those things where I run out of seed, like at 1% or something again. I got that feeling. Come on, just click over. Come on. Do it. Do it for the homies. Yes. Okay, we're done. Now, we'll finish out this line. But yeah, other than that, we are done. Okay, yeah, let's, oh, I need to go back to the shop. Okay, here we go. Brought us up to 8617. We got the other worker right over here going. But I think I'll take care of it off camera because we're at the end of the amount of time that I have to record. So, yeah, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you like it, give it a like. If you like it enough, you should stick around and give us a sub. And I reckon I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.